Australia's travel restriction updates. Please keep in mind that Australia has strict border controls in position to protect the health of its citizens. There are presently very few flights to and from Australia, so you may not be able to travel at the moment. The restrictions on travel are subject to change. In today's video update, we will talk about the latest travel updates, which confirms that you will be able to travel to Australia if you are an Australian citizen, a permanent resident, or a New Zealand citizen who is generally residing there. Unless the passengers arrive on a quarantine-free aircraft from New Zealand, all passengers to Australia, including Australian residents, are obligated to quarantine for 14 days in a dedicated facility, for example a hotel in the city of arrival. You may be anticipated to pay for your quarantine fees. Please get in touch with the relevant state or territory government's health department for more updates on quarantine obligations. Travel updates for Australian citizens. Australian nationals can enter Australia without a valid Australian passport under rare situations. Before you travel, you should be informed of any restrictions in the country you are leaving. If you do not have a valid passport and need to fly immediately, please inform airline personnel that you are an Australian citizen and do not require a visa to enter Australia. To verify your citizenship, the airline will call the Australian Border Force. Other forms of identification must be carried with you. Travel updates for permanent residents of Australia. Permanent residents and holders of provisional family visas are permitted to enter Australia. Permanent visas typically have a 5-year travel period. If you are outside of Australia, when your permanent visa travel facility expires, you will be unable to return. Updates for first entry arrival date. This information is solely applicable to the permanent and provisional family visa holders listed below. Child visas, subclasses 101 or 102 or 445. Other family visas, subclasses 114, 115, 116, or 117. Parent visas, subclasses 143 or 103. Partner, subclasses 309 or 100. If you are unable to travel to Australia before the initial entrance arrival date of your visa, you may be eligible to enter at a later date. Your visa must be valid, and you must comply with all other criteria and visa restrictions. When you are ready to travel, fill out the travel facilitation letter request form. You will be then given a travel facilitation letter stating that you are permitted to enter Australia after your visa's initial entry arrival date. If you are provided with a travel facilitation letter, please carry it with you to your departure port. You may be required to provide it at the time of flight check-in and upon arrival in Australia. Travel facilitation letters will not be provided unless you have one of the above-mentioned family visas and have fewer than 3 months until your initial entrance arrival date. Please keep in mind that the first entrance arrival date differs from the must not arrive after date. You must ensure the following when seeking a travel facilitation letter. You have a valid permanent or temporary family visa. The first entrance arrival date indicated in your visa grant letter has passed or will pass before you may go to Australia. And you desire to visit Australia within the next 12 months. If you have a prospective marriage, subclass 300, visa, red refunds and waivers of visa application fees for additional information. When applying for an exemption online, please limit your request to 1 per applicant. Duplicate requests will cause the assessment to be delayed. If you are not given an exemption, you should cancel your trip arrangements, since you will be unable to board an aircraft to Australia. If you are given a travel exemption, you must bring proof of that decision to the airport. Our video ends here. Please don't forget to support us by subscribing to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for watching today's video update.